Drake and J. Cole both dropped great verses, with Drake on You My Everything from Sexy Red and J. Cole from Grippy, the remix of Dunk Contest with Cash Cobain, and it really feels like y'all just don't want it. Real ones, get on in here and let me know your thoughts, because I've been following the discourse and of course I have some of my own. First and foremost, Drake rapped on BBL Drizzy, like I said he would. Run the tape. Drake has been so unserious in all of this that I would not be surprised if Drake himself raps over this beat. Now, I'm not Jacques Stradamus, even though that name sounds pretty fire, but Drake is as hyper online as we all are, and I would love to see Drake's weekly screen time statistics. And it also leads me to believe that he was probably scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, wherever, and seeing all 5011 versions of the BBL Drizzy meme, and he was like, you know what, let me reclaim that, because yes, I am the BBL king. Because you know what, if Drake can participate in the meme, it almost makes it uncool, it kind of neutralizes it in a way. For the uninitiated, the BBL line of criticism is what Rick Ross sent at Drake when he was responding to push-ups when he was dissing him on Champagne Moments. And I was totally fine with Drake being called out for his plastic surgery, because Drake has taken shots at people, so he should take some shots of his own, pun intended. And on Sexy Red's You My Everything, with one of the most grating choruses in the history of rap, I'm being hyperbolic, but Sexy Red's chorus really feels like nails on a chalkboard. People like it. I'm not really that into it. I like the project, I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I'm not into that. But anyways, Drake basically reclaims it, saying, yeah, I buy BBLs. He says this: I changed a lot of girls' lives for real. They need a new body, they hitting me. BBL Drizzy, they want a new body, they ask me for it. That last one, Jung, he did it for free because I sent over so many past ones for him. The last name, Jung, is Drake talking about renowned BBL specialist Calvin Jung. And the funniest part about this is that Drake is just owning up to this fact that he is a trick. He's a rich man that makes big bets and puts asses into women. Because again, I know Drake has just been scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Twitter, and just seeing all the versions of this diss track, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna do it myself because I'm the BBL benefactor. I bestow my bitches with big, beautiful buttocks. Shit, Drake made a song called BBL Love, where he says this: they say love's like a BBL. You won't know it if it's real until you feel one. Can I feel it? Can I feel it? Can I feel one? Now, personally, I can neither confirm nor deny whether I felt a BBL. If you have, and you would love to go on record and say that, please leave it in the comments. But I want to say, I get what he's saying here, but I feel like love feels a little bit different. And on top of that, I don't mind this verse at all. I think he was sliding on this. People are already in the comments saying, oh, this ain't it, whatever, whatever. And it's like 2 months ago, y'all were at Drake's concert. The switch up is absolutely insane. And on top of that, he has a flow switch. He's speaking to Sexy Red, he's telling a story, he's naming different locations of where he's gonna go. He has rhymes inside of rhymes. Structurally, the verse is sound. And personally, it just makes me think maybe we've reached a point where we've heard so much rap that maybe Drake is just so much further than that we expect astronomical stuff all the time. But I'm just sitting here just like, what more do you need? Like, this doesn't need to be some lyrical miracle type stuff. Like, he's really spitting here. And yeah, he's not spitting about the social crisis that's going on in Sudan and Gaza, etc, etc, etc. There's so many more serious things happening right here. But contextually, in this song about BBLs, I think Drake is rapping here. I'm just gonna say it. Because sometimes I feel like you cannot care for a verse, but you can admit that structurally it sounds. Structurally, the pieces are there. So people just saying that it's whack or mid, it's just like, are you listening to rap or are you just skimming through it? Like, you could just say that you just don't like the verse, you just don't want to hear the verse, but don't say that the verse is like whack. Like, it's like, come on. And this leads to my point with J. Cole's remix of Cash Cobain's Dunk Contest, where J. Cole is rapping about sex. Now look, J. Cole rapping about sex is always going to be awkward. There's a huge chance of that. I haven't thought about feet and mouths the same ever since that Jeremiah verse. Like, crazy, kind of cringy. But on this, Cole isn't doing that. Like, he's actually rapping. The flow is just so tight here. Like, look at the opening 4 bars. She like my kick game, and when you me, you don't kick game. I put her front row at the Nick game. Now she in my phone with the nickname. And the thing is, the same people that want to hear lyrics, that want to hear bars, are gonna sit here and say like, nah, this is whack. It's like, come on. It's like, you don't have to necessarily break it down, but the ways that he flips it, the alliteration that's in there, the common rhyme scheme that goes throughout. And then after that quartet, he goes and he kind of figures out what is he going to name and what nickname is he going to put in his phone. And he comes up with Grippy. Now look, The idea of a nickname of Grippy for a vagina is giving Venus flytrap, and women everywhere, if you all take issue with this, you are more than welcome, more than allowed, because the name itself, calling somebody Grippy, is totally out of pocket. But again, do y'all listen to rap or do y'all just skim through it? Like, you cannot care for the verse, but you can't sit here and deny that he wasn't rapping. When she see me, she says she go strip me. She go chew on the stick like it's Wrigley's. Yeah, believe it or not, like Ripley's. She said she was gay until I slayed, now she's strictly dickly. Now, let's shut our brains off for a second, because you can't change someone's sexuality from the sex alone. We're gonna shut our brains off for this for a second. We have to shut our brains off to listen to a lot of hip hop. Let's be completely real here. But the flow here, man, it's like up and down, side to side, and he's kept that same like E rhyme scheme from the beginning of the verse. Like I feel like, do y'all listen to rap or do y'all just skim through it? And my favorite part of the verse is towards the end, where he says this right here. I remember I saw you on 5th Ave with your homie Sabrina and Tiffany. I was thinking like, damn, your whole clique bad, but I wanted your body specifically. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Anyways, I think he cleared with this one. And I know some folks don't want to hear that, but I think he did. And this also speaks to like a wider thought that I've been having, and a point that I made in an earlier video, that not everyone can control the ocean. Most people just go with the flow, and that people see one person hating on something on the internet, so without even listening or without even critically engaging with it, they just jump on the bandwagon. Instead of saying like, hey, I'm not really rocking with J. Cole right now, but structurally I like this verse, it's dope, they just toss in the comments like mid, because they want to be able to stick with the crowd. They want to be seen as like, you know what, I was on the right side of this. And I feel like the difference is, when you're someone like me that's effectively constantly putting stuff on the record, man, there are people that come up to me with videos that I made last year asking why I switched up. So I have to literally be mindful of what I'm saying in the public eye. And honestly, anyways, it feels like people are just doing everything for clout and likes nowadays. And I think one of the biggest things that tech has convinced us is that social media is that likes and engagement is as good as money. And that is the worst thing. And that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what I'm talking about, but it kind of does, because people are just hating and just trying to go viral in order to hate. But whatever. And some quick thoughts on some music that dropped recently. I like Koi Loray's project. It's simple, it's fun, it's nothing crazy, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Sexy Red's project and Sexy We Trust is great. I don't know if it has longevity, it's kind of a little of a flash in the pan, but I really feel like she got something here. She's almost like a female Juicy J. Like, it's not that serious, just enjoy it. Rhapsody's project was chill. Vince Staples' projects, I feel the similar way. I like it, but I don't know, I just haven't really been in that vibe lately. Gunna's project was boring. Hakuna Matata is a great song though. Chief Keef's Almighty So is one of my favorite projects of this year, and will probably end up in my top 5 at the end of this year, depending on how things go. Billie Eilish's project is great. I feel like she's really growing up, and she's growing up through the music, and that's really cool. And finally, Willow's project is up there as well with one of my favorite projects of the year. Anyways, let me know what y'all think. Drop a W if you made it this far. It's your boy Jacques. Shout outs to the real ones. Thanks to everyone that has supported. If you want to support, the link is in my bio. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.